going to be reading Untitled Superhero Shiz. Yes, Shiz. That's actually very appropriate since I don't really swear on this account. But but this is by my good friend Orange. We have found him. He was in Alaska fighting the Alaskan bullworm. Yes, that's where he was. So, he said let me find exactly what he said. I asked him, of course, can I make a DeondreHawk reads to these two chapters I'm about to read to you guys? He said, I mean, sure, but be sure to mention that it's just getting things on paper, not a full in-depth story quite yet. And he will start working on Attributes of the Heart as soon as he can. So, Attributes of the Heart is returning to the story. And I'm excited to read it because I love the characters in that story. I don't know why I suddenly yelled that. Anyways, let me find the link that he sent again. I read the first chapter. It's sort of like, I didn't notice this before, but I noticed it's sort of like how the Incredibles, like they sort of have, their powers are basically, relating their to their to their personality traits, but the whole story, I feel like it's kind of like a Boku no Hero kind of story, or My Hero Academia, whatever you guys like to say. Um, I never seen that anime. Yes, it may come to shock, but I've never seen that show. So I don't know that much, but I do know they have these things called quirks, which is basically like their superpowers kind of thing. So I'm guessing that this is going to be more of a whole. He calls this, instead of quirks, he says manifestation. So I guess it's sort of his kind of intake on the whole like superhero school kind of story. And I'm very excited to read it because I do have an undying love for superheroes. Um, that's basically all I have to say. I've never read any comics, but I do like watching the movies and TV shows some occasionally. So, without further ado, because I've been rambling on for 2 minutes, good lord, I talk too much. Let's read. So, this is chapter 1. Come on, Solus. You don't want to be late for your first day of school. A verse, oh gosh, that voice crack. A voice called out from under the stairs. Yep, his mom is under the stairs. A voice called out from the bottom of the stairs in Solus's house. Solus hopped towards the door, planning on answering it as fast as he could, but struggling to put on his pants on as well. I'm coming, Mom. Just wait a second. Solus, Solus replied to his mother, grabbing his backpack and running down the stairs. His mom was waiting. I cannot read today. I say that every time. I just can't read. What was I? His mom was waiting downstairs with a list in her hand. So, you have the backpack that is fireproof, waterproof, electric-proof, levitation-proof, poison-proof, and weatherproof? That's the thing I never got. How can it be levitation-proof? For those of you who don't know what levitation is, basically you're able to float. How you gonna be levitation-proof? What, is someone gonna try and levitate him and it just sinks to the bottom of the floor? Like it weighs like 10 tons or something? Solus sighed but nodded. Yes, Mom, I have everything. Solus's mom frowned. I just want to make sure your first day of not being homeschooled goes well, sweetie. She hugged Solus tightly. Solus could hear sight. Sight. He can hear sight. I don't know how that works, but he can hear sight. Solus could hear slight bits of his poor mother sniffing, as if trying her best not to cry. She even started running her hands through Solus's long, dirty blonde hair. My freaking phone wants to move now. As if he somehow might lose it all today. He gave his mom a weak smile, trying to make her feel better about his decision to go to school. It'll be fine, Mom, I promise. Solus's mom took a deep breath and nodded. Right, just remember what we tell you to do in public. Never let people know about. Wait, what? Oh, never let people know about you know what. If they do, they'll tear you alive in that school. If anyone asks you what your manifestation is, just walk away and leave. Solus nodded. I know, Mom. I've been hiding that for years. I'm not gonna suddenly reveal it now. Oh, wait, I read that wrong. I know, Mom. I'm not. What am I reading? I know, Mom. I've been hiding that for years. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna suddenly reveal it now. He chuckled. His mom got the keys to the car and walked outside. Solus took a deep breath and puffed out his chest. Well, today's the day. Let's try not to screw it up that badly. Solus tried his best to look casual as he walked into the school, which was kind of hard, considering just being there, he was throwing off the whole balance of how a morning at Liberty High School is supposed to start. He found some people staring with confused expressions, shocked expressions, even angry ones. But why? He could understand. He could understand confused, but why shocked and angry? Was he standing next to a locker that someone usually abodes at? Was he walking too slow or something? Could they somehow already tell he had no manifestation? Solus's deep train of thought was interrupted by a hand as cold as ice roughly grabbing his wrists. Hey! Oh, wait, whoa. Wait, that's not that's not the way she said it. Hey! Or hey! Someone exclaimed behind him. The cold and loud greeting caused Solus to jump, making a few snickers come from people's mouths. Ah! Hey! What's going on? I mean, what? Hey! How's it going? Solus greeted back, feeling his face become hot. The person holding his wrists was a girl, a bit taller than him, wearing a hot pink t-shirt and a see-through white skirt. Thankfully, she was wearing shorts underneath. Unfortunately, she was wearing shorts underneath. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to make that joke. The girl laughed at him. What are you so jumpy for? You're acting like a ghost chilled you to the bone. She looked at the hand that wasn't still on Solus's wrist. Oh, right. She glanced back up at Solus, her fluffy right hair bouncing a bit as she did. My name is Chloe. So, what is your name? Chloe asked, cocking her head in curiosity. Solus. Or Solace. I'm pretty sure it's Solus. Solus. He's Solus. 'Cause he's Solus. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid, y'all. Solus answered, smiling weakly. That's a nice name, Chloe told him. Yours too, Solus replied. So, what's your manifestation? She asked. Solus couldn't help but notice that her grip on his hand had tightened. Hold on, let me take a sip of my lemonade. My lemonade. That's that good lemonade. Sour too. Anyway, where were we? Chloe's grip tightened even more. Solus could feel frost gathering around his wrist. You know, your manifestation, the power your body has, it's considered a manifestation of yourself, or so people say. Did they not teach you anything at home school? What's yours? When Chloe said all of this, it sounded sweet enough, but Solus could detect that there was underlying tone of danger in her voice. Uh, uh, In panic, Solus tried to pull his arm back, but couldn't move due to the frost that was accumulating around his wrist, trying to encase his arm. What? is it, Solus? Solus could only panic as he looked into Chloe's dangerous ice blue eyes. Alright, 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 alright. That's enough, Chloe. Break it up. A voice from behind Solus sounded, walking next to the two. Oh. Hello, Paige. I'm just trying to get my new friend Solus here to tell me his manifestation. Chloe grit her teeth. Her teeth? Teeth. Toxin lacing her words as if she didn't like the new girl. Paige rose an eyebrow. I'm sure friends don't force each other to tell each other their manifestations. Maybe he's just really embarrassed about it or something, she commented. I didn't ask for your opinion, Paige, Chloe grumbled out. Chloe. Paige shrugged. All right. She suddenly grabbed Solus and started to whisk him up in the air, up to the ceiling, with Chloe still holding on due to the frost. She screamed, causing everything to look to their direction. Darn it, Paige! You're making a scene! You know I'm afraid of falling down any height. Paige smirked a bit and didn't let go of Solus. I'm not the one making a scene. You are. I'm not the one screaming. Now let go of him. Suddenly the frost withdrew from Solus's arm and went back into to Chloe's hand, as if it was an ice sponge. Darn you, Paige! She exclaimed, storming off. Slowly, Paige floated back down to the ground, gently getting Solus down on his feet before landing next to him. Hey! Thanks. She smiled at Paige. Paige shrugged. No problem. The blondish brown-haired girl started to walk off. Hey, wait! Solus called out. She turned around, slightly annoyed. What is it? Paige asked. Can I walk with you? Solus hopefully asked. Not Solus. Paige sighed and blew the hair out of her face. Fine. What was your name again? Solus, was it? Right. And yours is Paige. Correct. So, the phone ringing. Does this mean that we're, Paige grabbed his non-frost covered wrist and started walking. Just come on already. I'll take you down to where I talk to my friends. Alright. They walked in silence for a bit. I've seen people on TV with manifestation of flight, but I've never seen anyone in real life with it. Paige couldn't help but chuckle. Well, you still haven't. My manifestation isn't flying. It's floating. Solus cocked his head in confusion. What? You heard me. I can float. Not any higher than that there ceiling. Sure, it's tall, but nearly tall enough to be considered flying. Oh. Do you ever wish you could fly? Every day of my life. They walked in silence for the rest. They walked. I think, yeah, that's a grammar error. There's supposed to be a spelling error. There should be a Y after that. They walked in silence for the rest of the way. After a bit of walking, they found the place Paige was speaking of, a more remote location in the second main hallway. A girl with pink hair and a boy with tan skin were standing there. The girl ran up to them. Ooh, you made a new friend, Paige? More of an acquaintance, I guess, she murmured. The other girl grinned at Solus. My name is Sylvia. Hey, Sylvia! If you guys don't know what I mean by Sylvia, it's The Secrets of Eon. You know, the show that I'm supposed to be making soon. I'll be uploading first 2 episodes once I make them. My manifestation is that I can heal wounds and stuff. Pretty cool, right? Solus nodded. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. My name is Solus. The boy stepped up. My name is Romeo. Yep. We're giving him that voice. My name is Romeo. My manifestation is that I can make anyone fall in love with me. Paige snorted and Sylvia tried to contain her laughter. As long as they share the same sexuality as me, straight, and I match their preferences for a perfect lover. Paige chuckled. It hardly works anymore. It used to all the time when we were kids. But now that we're growing up and exploring our sexualities and finding out what we prefer in a person, it doesn't really come to use now. Romeo blushed a bit in embarrassment. So, now you've got to tell us your manifest. Oh, whoa. That's not Romeo. So, now you've got to tell us tell us your manifestation, Paige concluded. Solus's eyes widened. What? Didn't you just save me from someone who wanted to know that? He asked. Well, yeah, but we're not being forceful with it, and we don't have the power to make you wish you weren't ever born like Chloe does. So, what is it? Solus sighed. These people were so nice. He couldn't lie to them. He wanted to, but for some reason he felt like these guys would be some of his only friends. The truth is, well, I don't have a manifestation. So, that's the end of chapter 1, and what I like is how Chloe's sort of antagonistic in this chapter, and I wonder if she is going to be an antagonistic character for the rest of the story when Orange, fleshes out the story a bit more. Because, the first 2 are always like to kickstart the whole entire series. That's the key to every writer, show director, and everything. Always make like 2 chapters, or if you're making a show, make 2 episodes. Make them around like the same time. And, once people really like them a lot more, then it determines if they're going to get, more views or not. So, yeah, that's basically the whole, or more reads or not, if, you're making a book. So that's basically it. So Orange, even though it's not really full story yet, the first 2, they're usually the ones that's supposed to kickstart the rest of the story. But you probably already knew that, because if you're going to be an author, you kind of have to know that. I certainly did not follow that step, because for my book, The American Eagle, which I might leave a link to that down below, depends if I'm feeling lazy or not. I didn't, the first book and the second book, they are like 3 weeks apart, I believe. So, yeah. And I'm not really, well, actually, I'm like halfway. Am I? Yeah, I'm halfway done with my story. So, Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my book. I'm here to move on to the next book. And we've only been... Oh, never mind. I forgot I cut through. So this is probably like 20 minutes now. So let's move on to chapter 2. And I haven't read this one yet. Orange sent me it today, but I had a headache when I woke up. But now that headache's kind of gone. So let's do this. But first, let me drink some lemonade. Anyway. Paige rose an eyebrow and rested her thumb and index finger on her chin. Are you sure? Everyone has a manifestation. Maybe you just haven't figured yours out yet. Solus frowned and shook his head. No, I know for a fact I don't have one. She leaned back against the wall and scratched her chin, immersing herself in her thoughts. Sylvia smiled. Don't mind her. She's just she's just a very curious person and typically loves to solve puzzles, which I guess you having no manifestation is one. Solus sighed. Have you guys have you guys seriously never heard of someone without a manifestation? Romeo clicked his tongue to get everyone else's attention. I have, only in stories though. I read. It's like, I like giving. I don't know why. Every time I'm reading a book, I like to give someone, at least someone, a very ridiculous voice. So I'm guessing Romeo's gonna be that character. um, I read this. I read I read this book the other day about some teen in high school in a world without manifestations. I don't know what accent I'm trying to give Romeo. I don't know. It's not Hispanic. It's not Jamaican. Who knows? It's probably somewhere in between. I'm not good. I haven't voiced that. I haven't been recording any of my cartoons lately since I've been busy with school and all that. So all of my voices are pretty rusty. Um, let's see. It was so weird. There was still a hierarchy. I don't know how I'm able to read that word. It was so weird. Oh wait, I read that already. But it wasn't based on your manifestation. It was based on your wealth. Paige nodded. This is quite odd. My parents are rich, but I'm still an outcast. So, I guess in a world without manifestations, I'd be like Chloe. Except, I'm not pure evil like she is. And since they're mentioning Chloe a lot, we all already know that Chloe's going to be some sort of antagonist later on in the series, which is going to be pretty cool. Yeah. I want to see like how she uses her powers a lot more. Like, can she make like, is she only able to freeze people, or can she like make weapons of ice or something? I cannot wait. Where is I? Where was I? Solus started to ponder aloud. I'm sure she's nice to her friends. No one can be pure evil. You know? That just brought up a point. 'Cause I always like to go by the fact that everything's not always black and white. Like no one's pure good and no one is pure evil. Everyone has their reasons for doing things. So, like Chloe, even though she is seen as like an attack, like right now we're hinting her as an antagonist, I don't think she's like really evil because like maybe she has some sort of messed up past where it's like, she sort of picks on people and all that. It's like a bully. Every bully has a reason for picking on other kids, you know? Or picking on other people, because a bully can come in all shapes and sizes and ages. The other three laughed. Romeo started to pat Solus on the back as if he told the greatest joke of all time. Go on, but no, seriously. You need to learn this fast. If the first thing someone asks you is what your manifestation is, you need to run. Because most likely, theirs will be better. Better? Better. Better! And then they will insert their unneeded dominance. Solus frowned again. Why does someone having a better manifestation than you make them better than you? He asked. Sylvia, Romeo, and Paige shrugged. It just does. In their mind, anyway, Paige concluded. It was quiet for a moment. The silence then being broken by Sylvia. Oh, let's compare classes. We'll see if any of us have Solus in one of them. They all got out their schedules. Let's see. It seems we all share a fourth period. Hey, the gang's all here, Paige commented. Sylvia nodded and pointed at another class on the schedule. I have him in second and seventh period as well. Romeo has him in third and seventh, And Paige, you have him in first period as well. Oh, in fifth. Solus sighed. Sighed. Good lord, I can't read. I guess I'm alone in sixth period then. Oh wait, I guess I'm alone in sixth period then. Sylvia chuckled. It's only one period. How bad could it be? There was a loud ringing sound, signaling for the students to head to first period. That's the bell. See you guys later. Sylvia ran off, with Romeo trailing behind her. Solus smiled at Paige, who started walking away towards first period. Solus silently trailing behind her. So, manifestations are like actual manifestations of yourself, right? Why is yours to float? Paige shrugged. I don't know, Solus. It just is. Solus quietly nodded, his attempt at making the walk not uncomfortable being shut down. Even with friends, this would sure be a long day. Solus sighed. Why do I keep saying scythe? Solus sighed and slumped into his assigned seat in sixth period. Oh, I hate teachers who give out assigned seats. It's like we're not in kindergarten anymore. Why do we need assigned seats? It's annoying. But then again, for some teachers, it's like, when they see that you're sitting in a seat a lot, it's like that basically becomes your assigned seat. So it makes it easier for them to pass out papers, for teachers who actually use papers and all that. And because I have some teachers where it's like you have to go into the computer to look things up. Let's see. Aha. Yeah, first period was fine. No one bothered him because Paige was sitting next to him. Second period was only okay because Sylvia healed the person Solus accidentally somehow stapled into their paper. Oh, wow. Let's see. Romeo tried to teach Solus how to pick up the ladies in third period, but both failed because the two girls they tried to flirt with shut them down with 2 words each. We're gay. Ooh! Always happens. It always happens too. That actually happened to me like last week. Basically, I was talking to a girl, and then she just randomly revealed that she was gay. I was like, oh, I've been shot. Oh, I'm gonna break this chair. I'm trying not to have to get a new chair, guys. And then Romeo and Solus retreated back to their corner of the room. Yeah, that's basically how it feels, because you never know what sexuality anyone is anymore. It's like it's always the really fine chicks too. It's always the really fine ones that are gay or bisexual. It's just a fact. Well, actually, that's not really a fact, because I've dated a lot of beautiful women who aren't gay. They're straight. But, some people just say they're bi even though they're not really bi. They're just saying that because, that's just a regular thing now to just to come out of the closet. I'm straight. Straight as there is. I'm What does cup count as straight? Because, it's pointing up. Okay. I was going to say straight as a pencil, but I don't have a pencil. You know what? It's as straight as this keyboard, I guess. My pencil all the way behind me. I'm not going to grab that. Fourth period was nice. He got to eat lunch with his new friends, but he couldn't help but notice how people who he was told had strong manifestations were always cutting the lunch line. Solus learned that Paige was a vegan. I was about to say virgin. What is wrong with my head? and so was her whole family. Romeo apparently loved meat, and Sylvia thinks school food is disgusting. Same. No matter what level of education. So she always packs a lunch. Oh, that's not same with me. I just go to school hungry. If it's lunchtime, you starve. Here's some dirt. Eat that. um. Anyway, where was I? What was I? Apparently the thing's loading. What the heck happened? I started all the way back to chapter 1. What the heck? It like randomly restarted on me. So hold on, guys. I have to go all the way back to chapter 8. Let's go to 8. I'm not 8. Page 8. Chapter 8. Let's see. Always packs a lunch. Fifth period was similar to first, although one of the guys tried to hit on Paige, probably on a dare, and had him down with one death stare. Dang. After all of this, he was just exhausted from how being around people is. A girl with shoulder-length orange hair sitting next to Solus poked him in the rib. Rough day? He asked. Not exactly. It's just draining to be around people. The girl nodded. That's understandable. Although you're probably just being overwhelmed since it's your first day. Solus blinked. How'd you know it was my first day? She chuckled, her sparkling light blue eyes filled with glee. Well, it's quite written on your face. I've never seen you around here before, and I saw you in the hall standing around like a dumbfounded puppy. Solus smiled sheepishly. Oh, I guess it was that obvious, huh? She smiled back. My name's Irene. What's yours? Irene giggled. That's a new name. I like it. Nice to meet you, Solus. Why can't girls be this nice to me? Why can't girls be this nice to me, man? She held out her hand to shake. Solus took it. Nice to meet you too, Irene. There was a bit of silence. Solus was waiting for it. The questions that most people have asked today, but it never came. After their conversation, Irene simply turned back to the front of the class, waiting for the teacher to begin. She never asked. Solus plopped into his couch at home. He loved being, that says me loved, but it's supposed to be he loved. He loved being with people and hanging around with friends, but it still felt like it drained him. He had no idea why, though. Perhaps it was just that an introvert was trying to cater to everyone. His mom wouldn't be home for another 5 hours. Solus recollected. I was about to say recollected. Recollected his first day in. Mostly happiness. He had 4 new friends all in one day. Of course, popular girl Chloe doesn't like him now, but he thought he could manage. There we go. He had gotten all of their numbers except Irene, who had to quickly go to 7th period since it was across the whole school and didn't have time to talk. That's the thing I miss. It's like you get to like get people's numbers. Like nowadays it's like can I get your Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter? It's like numbers don't exist. Not even Skype, because no one uses Skype apparently, except for me and my friends. Online friends at least. I actually love my online friends more than, I like I like a lot of my real friends, but I also like a lot of my online friends, because they're actually really cool people. I love you guys. I love all y'all. Even my subscribers. I still love y'all. And thank you for 390 subscribers. Anyway, let's try to hit 400 right now. Like as you're watching this video, I want you guys to freaking look into my pretty eyes. I want y'all to watch. Subscribe to my freaking channel. I want 400 subscribers. I want 10 new subscribers, baby. Anyway, let's see. Uh, he felt fulfilled that what he thought would be the hardest thing at high school was actually the easiest. Bing! Bing! I can't make a phone noise. Solus had received a text from his mom. He took it. He took out his phone and read it. Sorry, baby. I'm not coming home tonight. But there's microwavable food in the fridge. Or you can try cooking something. Without almost burning down the house this time. Me. Thank you. I love you. Solus sighed and typed, I love you too. Basically me again. I just typed, I love you too. Back. Loved you too back. And sadly put down his phone. It seemed his mother should never come home. Could never come home. His mother says it's just because her work is always busy. But Solus had his suspicions that she had so much work just because she didn't have a manifestation like him. Solus sat up and stared at himself in the black mirror that was his turned off TV. All he saw was, well, to be blunt, a waste to his mother. Dang. He couldn't do anything to help her, and he knew of anyway. That day, Solus vowed to somehow make people without manifestations not be treated lesser than those who did. No matter what, he'd do it. Whether it took, or whatever it took. We're gonna say that. I think he meant whatever it took. So that's the end of chapter 2, and I actually enjoyed the chapter. Wait a minute. Wait. I wonder did Irene ever say what her manifestation was? I don't think she did. Yeah. She never... I wonder what Irene's manifestation is. She never revealed it. Maybe she could be like Solus. Maybe. This is just a DeondreHawk7 manifestation. I'm just going to call that until Orange finds a name for it. A manifestation theory. Irene didn't ask Solus what or a prediction. This is my prediction. It may be true, it may be false. We never know. Maybe Irene doesn't have a manifestation, which is why she didn't ask Solus what his manifestation was. So that's cool. And another thing. Obviously, you can't have kids without a father. Biological kids without a father. Not like, you can't adopt, but I mean like biological blood, what the... Anyway. Solus most likely has a dad, because everyone who was born biologically has a father. Everyone has a father. I mean, birth parents. You may be foster home, but everyone is created, alright? No one's just built in a freaking tank, unless you're me, because I was born by a rock and I'm 517 years old, apparently. So, what does his dad have a manifestation? He is most likely dead or separated from his mom. From, Solus's mom. So that's why we never get any mention from him. So his mom and Solus, they don't have manifestations. I thought he had a really dangerous manifestation, which is why he didn't want to reveal it. But he just doesn't have one. I believe I got the whole thing right. He just doesn't have one, which is why he's embarrassed. But what about his dad? Maybe if his dad has some sort of power, maybe deep down inside of him, Solus has one too. But what if Solus doesn't actually know his dad, because his dad probably left before he was even born, or maybe when he was just a baby. So he doesn't really remember his dad, and his mom most likely remembers his dad, and she just doesn't choose to talk about him because, you know, some stuff probably went on. But his dad could be really powerful, and Solus just doesn't know it yet. It's the Ash Ketchum effect, because we never know who Ash's real dad is. For the characters, I do like Romeo as a character, voice-wise, because I like voicing him like that. Another character I like is, I really do like Sylvia, not just because that's going to be the voice of the Sylveon in The Secrets of Eon, you know, the show with the evolutions. Stay tuned for that. It's because I just like her happy-go-lucky kind of cheery attitude, and as opposed to, dang, I already forgot her name. What is her name? Paige, of course. I know a lot of really hot people called Paige. Paige, it's opposed to Paige's more, you know, cool, calm, collected kind of attitude. She's more serious. And, I'm not going to just say I like Solus just because I like him as a character because he kind of fits in. He's kind of sort of like me. I'm not saying he's based off of me, like how there's an attribute universe of me, version of me. But I would love to meet that version of me, by the way. We could kick demons back to the 1700s or something. But jokes aside, I do think that Solus kind of relates to most kids, because sort of like me, and I mean, like many other kids, we don't fit in school and all that. It's we have girl troubles, don't fit in school, that we don't really, we get picked on sometimes by a few kids and everything. And Chloe, I don't like her snobby attitude, but I feel like she could be a really good antagonistic character throughout this book series, and I can't wait to see more of her. If Orange will add more of her, which he most likely will, because she's obviously most likely not a one-time character, so can't wait to see this. What else? I think that's all I have to say. So hopefully Orange has some answers. Does Irene have a manifestation or not? And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like. If this video has at least 10 to 20 likes, then I will be doing a skit. I want a skit, guys. I will be doing a skit. And if you want more Deondre Reads, leave a like as well, and comment down below saying manifestation or something like that, like an all caps manifestation. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. I make reaction videos, skits, cartoons, reading videos, all that stuff. And make sure you guys subscribe to my other channels, DeondreHawk Gaming, where I make gaming videos, and my vlog channel where I just post rants and storytime vids, Deondre Donovan. And make sure you guys follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and you know, to post whenever there's a new video out or something like that. And that's pretty much all I have to say. And I hope you guys enjoy your day. See you guys next time. DeondreHawk7 out.
I don't get ready, I stay ready, cause the consequences is heavy. My man D said he would never quit, even though the thing's heavy. We push like a 7-7 Chevy, boys ready. My whole clique since 06 was on the bottom, now we running this. Grind hard when the load gets heavy. The money was slow, but now it's steady. You boys is not ready.